name and surname?
I've seen a video.
Don't find yourself being physically grabbed hold of.
Last time we did this video, it's fair to say it was a success. But we did London clubs only, whereas this time we're going nationwide. Yep, we're heading up north to put even more football teams to the test.
We're now approaching Manchester Piccadilly, which is our final stop.
Starting with Man City. Now, will they uphold their integrity or will they be greedy and take my money? But first, let's find out what name we need to get printed. Juan 5. Surely we get that. That's brilliant. Juan 5. I don't think this one really needs explaining. If you say the name quickly, you might understand it. Oh boy, this one might hit some citizen nerves. But you know what shouldn't hit any nerves is this video, because it's for entertainment and experimental purposes only. We're not trying to offend any clubs, players, or fans. So we made our way into the City store, where we were instantly confronted by security. But we were all good for now, as we needed to find the shirt we wanted printing. FA Cup winners. Drinking my tears. And City had just released their brand new home kit, so it only felt right to go and get that printed. I might as well get this kit, it's actually nice. So we secured our shirt and headed straight to the till. The problem was, there was no one in the store at all, which meant every single employee and security were watching us. I like this kit. The long sleeve's nice.
Yeah.
Now, can I get my surname as well? Can I get 2 names? Well, it's one name, basically. And I started to feel the pressure.
I like to put your name in the shirt.
It's literally just Juan. Surely they wouldn't stop us from printing this name, right?
Juan.
Yeah.
Is that your name and surname?
Spanish. But it's not. It's just that's my nickname.
I see.
Well, we had successfully paid for the shirt, but now came the real test. Because we had to take the shirt to the print room where they would decide if we were actually allowed to get it printed. Hiya. Yes. And after a few nervous minutes of waiting, the verdict was in. Juan 5. Man City, I love you, but we have got Juan 5. Brilliant. Yep, Man City had officially printed the shirt for us. And that makes them the first club to fail the test today. Next up, we're heading across Manchester to see if their biggest rivals would do the same. We're now outside United. Can we get the name printed? Give it to me. Years since 14. Let's head back to the studio to explain this one. Years since 14. If we swap it around, it's 14 years since. 14 years since Man United last won the Premier League. I think I could with this one. With our name secured, we headed into the United Superstore.
Whoa, Manchester United.
Bro, this might be the biggest store we've gone to, you know. This store is massive. But first, we had to pass through security. Thankfully, they let us through with ease. And the store itself was massive. They had their brand new kit out, a bunch of signed shirts, retro shirts, and loads of other random merchandise too. Honestly, I could have spent way too much money in this store. We eventually grabbed our shirt and headed to the checkout. Payment there, payment there. Where we paid for our shirt and everything was going perfectly. Until this happened.
You content.
Yeah.
I've seen your videos.
Have you?
Yeah. Where you try and get the names printed.
Yeah. At this point, I genuinely thought we were finished. This guy had literally seen my last video. My confidence had completely gone. Surely there's no way we're getting this printed now. Yippee! We completed it. The Manchester double. And somehow we did it. We got it printed. I may or may not have had to lie out of my absolute. But fair play to the staff. They were super cool about it. And for that reason, they get kudos points.
And I was like, it's definitely going to come here and try it.
Well, this might feature. This might feature. This gives me even more of a reason to ask you guys to smash that like button, because if we hit 25,000 likes, we'll test some of the biggest clubs across the world. With United printing this shirt, unfortunately, you are joining City with a big fail. And we were off to a great start, 2 for 2, but we still had 5 more clubs to get printed. And next up, we were rushing off to Liverpool as our train was in 20 minutes. Come on, load. Ooh, why is it not loading?
Oi, Sim, what are you doing?
I've got no signal.
Mate, we're going to be late for our train.
Bro, the tickets are not loading. I don't have signal.
Mate, just get Saily.
Oh yeah, good point. Whenever we're traveling for videos like this, having internet is a must. And that's where Saily comes in. Saily, who's kindly sponsored today's video, is an eSIM app that gives you mobile data from over 200 destinations worldwide without needing a physical SIM card. And it couldn't be easier to use. You download the Saily app, select your preferred location and plan, activate it on your phone, which is super quick and easy to do, and then you're good to go. Just like that, we have got our eSIM and we've got Signal. We've got our tickets. Let's go. So whether you're traveling to watch football, going on holiday, or filming videos across countries like us, Saily makes staying connected incredibly easy. If you want to check it out for yourself, make sure to click the link in the description or this code right here, where you'll get yourself an exclusive 15% discount. And thanks to Saily, I now have access to my train tickets. And after we had secured our tickets, we successfully made our way to Liverpool. We have arrived at Liverpool. That was a horrible journey, but let's find out. Can we get the shirt printed? Let's find out what we're getting. You guys can see before me. No Salah.
Mate, I think you're going to struggle with this one.
This one's going to be hard. He's leaving this season. Will we be able to get this printed on a name? There's no way they last do this.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. Well, let's try. So we made our way to Liverpool's Superstore. And wow, this was probably the biggest store yet.
Oh, it's a pretty big store.
Which was great until I realized that we were the only ones in the entire store. Liverpool had also just released their brand new home kit too, and it was a beauty. There was absolutely no way I was risking ruining one of these. So instead, I did what any responsible YouTuber would do and went straight to the sales section.
You're
What the
going to have to get an authentic one.
Is this the only medium? Please subscribe so I can do more videos like this. Eventually, I picked out my shirt and made my way to the print zone. And it was now time for the big question. Will Liverpool print no Salah?
Yeah, what name would you like to know?
Is it possible to get no Salah?
No Salah.
Yeah. Instead of Mo, no Salah. I honestly wasn't feeling very confident with this one. She didn't reject us straight away, which was a good sign. But instead, she went over to discuss it with the other staff members. I then ended up waiting a while. I then waited some more, losing hope as time went on. A lot of checks going on. Then they called the manager on the radio. And after what felt like forever, the verdict was in. We failed. Yep, we had been rejected. After a long discussion between multiple staff members and managers. Why? But he's leaving. It only makes sense.
But we can't obviously with the branding on the shirt have it.
Yeah, that's fair. No luck. We're not allowed no Salah. How does that make any sense? So unlike the Manchester clubs, Liverpool weren't having any of it. And that means they are the first team to officially pass the test. But don't worry, we've still got plenty more clubs to visit. Like Everton, who we headed to next. Will they follow suit? Let's find out. But on our way there, our taxi driver wasn't exactly filling us with confidence.
You've got to be careful because Everton, you could find yourself being physically grabbed hold of.
So I got to be careful who I speak to.
I think it's always wise to put your own safety first.
Yeah.
Don't cause yourself problems.
That would be smart. Brilliant. Exactly what I needed to hear. By now, I was already nervous. Liverpool had rejected us, Man United staff had recognised us, and we still had a lot of clubs to go. But before we knew it, we had arrived at Hill Dickinson. We're on the other side of Liverpool, the brand new Hill Dickinson Stadium, home to Everton. What are we printing today, sir? Let me know.
This is going to be tough again.
Anfield 38. That's how many years since they last won. We got rejected for no Salah. How the hell are we going to print Anfield? For Everton, we have gone for Anfield 38, otherwise known as Anfield, the home of Everton's biggest rivals, Liverpool. There's no way they print this. Last video, some of you guys complained that the names are too complicated or difficult to understand. Well, this video, we've really turned it back a notch. If Everton print Anfield on their shirt, you have to subscribe. So we headed into the Everton store, and it's fair to say it was pretty cozy, especially as I was the only person in the store again. This might be the smallest store today. The emptier the store, the harder this challenge gets. But hey, we browsed the store to find our shirt that we wanted printing, and we needed to be strategical for this one. So I secured the woman's home shirt.
Approved!
You see, my plan was to make Anfield sound like a woman's name and hope that they believed it. So with our shirt secured, we made our way to the print zone, where came the awkward part, writing down the name we wanted printing. And apart from No Salah, this was the most obvious name of the video so far. I handed over the name and then headed back downstairs to pay. But something unexpected happened. The computer refused to accept our name request again and again and again, almost as if it knew what we were trying to print.
Do me a favour.
But the computer kept rejecting the shirt name, so the manager had to get involved. And at this point, I didn't know if we would be getting the shirt. We were successful. I cannot believe it. They were the nicest people in the world. I love you guys. This is just a joke. But we have got Anfield 38, which is the amount of time it's been since they won the league. Yep, we had got the shirt printed. After battling through the countless computer rejections, we had gone and got it done. And that means Everton have ultimately failed the test. Somehow, they printed this. Yep. With 3 of the 4 clubs failing so far, let's see how the Geordies do next. All right, we are back in the studio. Now, there were a few clubs we weren't able to go to because we simply ran out of time, but we are going to try and order them. Oh, that kit is absolutely disgusting. So the name we are going to go for Newcastle. Oi El Money. Yep. As some of you might be aware, Newcastle were bought by Saudi ownership in 2021, I think. And let's say they have a lot of oil money. The order has been placed. Let's go to Future Sim to find out if it's come. But I'm assuming it hasn't. I can confirm that Newcastle have delivered our shirt. However, they have printed oil money. Oi El Money. Literally says oil money. And to make it even better, we got it on the green shirt, the Saudi shirt. Oh, this is brilliant. No questions asked. Newcastle, you have failed. Another one to the fail tally. This is getting ridiculous. But will the next club fail? Well, let's find out, as next up is Sunderland. Now, for Sunderland, it's quite easy. There is one player in particular who they absolutely despise. And that is Alan Shearer. There's no way that they print this, right? Nah, I don't think so. Nah, thought so. You're probably thinking, Sim, they've definitely rejected this shirt straight away. And you would be so wrong. Yep, they actually printed Alan Shearer. It couldn't be more obvious. They've actually printed Alan. That's crazy. And this is actually a really nice kit that I've just ruined. Sunderland, you failed majorly. And that means one club remains. Yep, up next, we're heading to Birmingham, home to Aston Villa. Now, this one's kind of tricky because since they got Good Evening, Villa have been a great team again. But there has always been a massive rivalry in Birmingham between Villa and Birmingham City. So I've gone with Brady's Blues. A little nod to Birmingham City and their new owner, Tom Brady. So we placed our order and it was time to wait. And I waited over 2 weeks to be exact. I was certain that they had rejected us, but boy, I was wrong. Yeah, they printed it. No questions asked. Brady's Blues 44. And if you didn't know, that's the amount of years it's been since Villa last won the league. I actually thought we were going to be rejected here because it took over 2 weeks to come, which is the longest time for any of our shirts. But no, they printed it. And they had printed it well, meaning Villa joins the other teams with a big fail. And that leaves Liverpool as the only team in today's video to pass the test. Congratulations, Liverpool. And that concludes this episode. If you want to see this globally, you know what to do. Smash the like button. Follow me on my Instagram, which you can see here. And go and watch this video, because YouTube's recommending it and they know best. So go watch this. I'll see you over there.